Everyone, hope you're well. In this video, we are going to have a look at credit sales and receipts from debtors, the accounting equation. So we are going to have a look at the accounting equation involving transactions with a debtor. This is video 2 of credit transactions. Grade 9 EMS Financial Literacy, Credit Sales and Receipts from Debtors, video 2. In this video, we are going to have a look at an example of an accounting equation involving debtors. Okay, so the information of the question is as follows. You are provided with the information relating to Lapis traders at the beginning of April 2020. They had 6,000 Rand in the bank and trading stock to the value of 12,500 on hand. Required. We need to enter the following transactions into the accounting equation and use the accounting equation to calculate the gross profit earned during the month, stock on hand at the end of the month, and the amount owed by the credit customer, the debtor. Okay, let's get started. Transactions for April 2020. On the 3rd of April, we bought trading stock by check to the value of 10,000 Rand. On the 4th of April, we sold products to the value of 6,300. We paid 2,100 for these products. So the selling price is 6,300 and the cost price is 2,100. On the 13th of April, we allowed Esmaloko to open an account. She bought goods on credit for 900 Rand. And the cost price of these goods were 300 Rand. Right, so this person bought stuff from us to the value of 900, but she did not pay yet. She owes us 900 Rand from 13 April. And then on the 30th of April, Esmaloko, the same debtor, paid half of the amount owed by her. So she owes us 900 Rand. She's settling half of that amount, which will be 450 Rand. Right, so first transaction on the 3rd of April. Bought trading stock by check to the value of 10,000 Rand. Let's have a look at the T accounts. So bank will decrease because the money that we are buying this trading stock with will come out of our bank account, and our trading stock will increase with 10,000 Rand. Remember, bank and trading stock are classified as assets. They will increase in the debit side and decrease in the credit side. Then let's have a look at the accounting equation of the same transaction. Date will be the 3rd. Journal CPJ, cash payment to journal. We paid cash to buy trading stock. Account debited will be trading stock. Account credited will be bank. And since both are assets, our assets will increase and decrease with 10,000 Rand. On the 4th of April, sold goods for cash to the value of 6,300 and the cost price was 2,100. T accounts of this transaction. Bank will increase in the debit side with 6,300. Why? Because we received sales to the value of 6,300. Remember, bank is an asset and assets increases in the debit side. Sales is an income and sales increases in the credit side, and income will have a positive influence on owner's equity. Remember that for the accounting equation. Cost of sales is an expense and expenses will increase in the debit side. So cost of sales will be debited with 2,100 Rand. Also remember, expenses will have a negative influence on owner's equity. Remember that for the accounting equation. Then trading stock. Remember, we sold trading stock to the value of 2,100 Rand. Our customer is taking that trading stock home, therefore trading stock will decrease. Trading stock is also an asset and therefore it will decrease in the credit side. On the 4th of April, sold goods for cash to the value of 6,300, cost price 2,100. Let's have a look at the accounting equation. On the 4th, the journal will be the cash received journal. Our bank will increase in the debit side. Why? Because we had sales. Sales is an income. Sales or income increases in the credit side. Therefore, sales is the account being credited. The amount is 6,300. Our assets will increase because of bank, and owner's equity will increase because of sales. Remember what I said on the previous slide? Sales is an income, and income will have a positive influence on owner's equity. Then second part of the same transaction, cost of sales is an expense. Expenses will go to the debit side, or it will increase in the debit side, and expenses will have a negative influence on owner's equity. Then trading stock, remember our customer is leaving with the trading stock, so our trading stock will decrease. Trading stock is classified as an asset, therefore assets will decrease. 13 April, we allowed S. Maloko to open an account. She bought goods on credit for 900 Rand. Cost price, 300 Rand. So this means that we sold stuff on Maloko, but she did not pay us yet. Okay, so she owes us the money. Also, the stuff that we sold to S. Maloko, we sold it for 900 Rand, but we originally paid for this product 300 Rand. So selling price 900, cost price 300. Our debtors control, which is an asset, this is money that we will receive at a later stage. Assets increases in the debit side, therefore debtors control will be debited with 900 Rand. Why do we have debtors control? Because we had sales. Okay, so sales will increase in the credit side. Remember, sales is an income. Income increases in the credit side. Then cost of sales, the price that we bought for this product originally. Cost of sales is 300 Rand. Cost of sales is also an expense. Expenses increases in the debit side. Our trading stock will decrease with 300 Rand. Remember, our customer bought this, she's taking it home. So trading stock decreases in the credit side because it's an asset with 300 Rand. Also remember, sales is an income, and income will have a positive influence on owner's equity. Cost of sales is an expense, and expenses will have a negative influence on owner's equity. Remember this for the accounting equation on the next slide. Right, same transaction. Let's have a look at the accounting equation. On the 13th of April, the journal will be the debtor's journal. Remember, when someone buys something from us on credit, it will go to the debtor's journal. Right, so account being debited, debtors control. Remember, debtors control is an asset and it increased in the debit side. And account credited will be sales. Sales increased because it's an income in the credit side. The amount is 900 Rand. Assets will increase because of debtors control. Remember, sales is an income, and I told you on the previous slide that income will have a positive influence on owner's equity. Therefore, owner's equity will increase. Then, second part of the same transaction, cost of sales is an expense. Expenses increase in the debit side, and expenses will have a negative influence on owner's equity. Trading stock will decrease because the customer is taking the trading stock home. So trading stock will decrease with 300 Rand, and trading stock is classified as an asset. Therefore, assets will decrease. Remember, cost of sales, expenses will have a negative influence on owner's equity. Therefore, owner's equity will decrease. Right, so on the 30th of April, S. Maloko paid off half the amount owed by her. Okay, so calculations. On the 13th of April, S. Maloko bought products with a selling price of 900 Rand, and on the 30th of April, she repaid half of the amount outstanding. Right, so she owed us 900 Rand. On the 13th of April, half of that will equal 450 Rand. Let's have a look at the accounts. Right, so bank will increase because we are receiving this money now, and debtors control will decrease because she does not owe this money to us anymore. Remember, she owed us 900 and we debited debtors control with 900 in the previous transaction. But now debtors control will decrease because she is settling a part of her debt. Right, let's have a look at the accounting equation. So on the 30th of April, we received money. So cash received journal, bank will increase and debtors control will decrease. Both of these accounts are classified as assets and the amount is 450 Rand. And because both of these amounts or both of these accounts are classified as assets, assets will increase because of bank and it will decrease because of debtors control. Right, question 2. Question 2, they ask us to use the accounting equation to calculate the gross profit earned during the month, stock on hand at the end of the month, and the amount owed by the credit customer, which is called a debtor. Right, let's have a look at the solutions. So gross profit earned during the month. Remember, we sold products for cash to the amount of 6,300 Rand, and then later on we sold products on credit to the value of 900. So our total sales equals 7,200 Rand, but we need to deduct our total cost of sales. For the sales of 6,300 Rand, we had cost of sales of 2,100, and for the sales of 900, we had cost of sales of 300, which will total 2,400. So our total sales for April was 7,200 and our total cost of sales was 2,400. The difference between the two will be 4,800, and 4,800 will be our gross profit. Stock on hand at the end of the month. Remember, in the information of the question in the beginning of the video, they told us that our opening balance was 12,500. Then we bought more trading stock to the value of 10,000 Rand. Then we sold trading stock to the value of 2,100, and then we sold trading stock again to the value of 300. Therefore, our closing balance at the end of the month of trading stock will be 20,100 Rand. The amount owed by the credit customer, remember this is called a debtor, she owes us money. Originally she owed us 900 Rand. Then she settled half of her account, half of the amount she owed us. That equaled 450 Rand. But at the end of April, she still owes us 450 Rand. She will pay that to us in the nearby future, hopefully. That's the end.